You are standing outside a closed door. It is your daughter's room. Inside, there is a silence that feels heavier than lead. You know she is in there. Maybe she is lying in bed at 2 p.m. Maybe she is staring blankly at her phone. You want to burst in. You want to shake her. You want to scream, "Do you know what time it is? Do you know how important this year is?" But you stop. Your hand hovers over the doorknob. Because you know deep down that yelling hasn't worked. Pushing hasn't worked. The more you advance, the more she retreats. You feel helpless. You feel like you are watching a flower wither in real time, and you don't know how to water it. If you are the parent of a lethargic high school senior, listen to me. This is not a guide on how to force your child to study. This is a guide on how to be the soil in which she can grow again. We often mistake lethargy for laziness. But in a high-pressure environment, lethargy is not a lack of caring. It is a freeze response. It is a biological shutdown. Because the system is overloaded with anxiety and expectation. Your daughter isn't lazy, she is terrified. She is paralyzed. To help her thaw, you must fundamentally change your strategy. You must move from being a manager to being a gardener. To do this, we will borrow the wisdom of the four greatest teachers of humanity: Confucius, Buddha, Socrates, and Jesus, to transform not her, but you. Step 1. The mirror of Confucius. Rectify the atmosphere. We start with Confucius. He taught that the family is the root of the state, and order comes from ritual and example. He believed that a leader or a parent leads not by force, but by being a calm center. Ask yourself an honest question. When you look at your daughter, what does she see in your eyes? Does she see trust? Or does she see your anxiety reflecting back at her? If you are anxious, she absorbs that anxiety. If you are frantic about her grades, she feels that her existence is fragile. Confucius teaches us that the superior man is calm and peaceful. The small man is always worried and fretting. Your first job is to establish a ritual of calm in the house. Stop talking about the exam. Stop asking about the grades. If the home is just an extension of school, she has nowhere to rest. Make the living room a sanctuary. When you come home, do not start with, "Did you study?" Start with, "I'm so happy to see you." Show her, through your own stable emotions, that the world will not end if she fails a test. Be the solid rock. When the waves of her emotions crash, let them break against your calmness, not your reactivity. Step 2. The space of Buddha. Stop shooting the second arrow. Next, we need the wisdom of the Buddha. He taught about the second arrow. The first arrow is the pain of life, the difficult exam, the fatigue. This is unavoidable. The second arrow is the suffering we add to it, the worry, the what-ifs, the catastrophe scenarios. Parents often shoot the second arrow at their children. The daughter is already in pain. First arrow, study stress. The parent adds, "If you don't study now, you will ruin your life." Second arrow, fear. To help her, you must practice compassionate detachment. This is the hardest thing for a parent to do. You must detach your ego from her success. Her grades are not your report card. The Buddha invites you to hold space. Imagine you are sitting next to a river. Your daughter is struggling in the water. Your instinct is to jump in and drag her out. But sometimes dragging her out makes her drown. Instead, sit on the bank. Be present. Let her know you are there. Say to her, "I see you are struggling. It's okay to be tired. I am here when you are ready." By removing the pressure of your expectation, you give her the oxygen she needs to breathe. When the pressure drops, the paralysis lifts. Step 3. The dialogue of Socrates. Ignite, don't instruct. Now that the atmosphere is calm and the pressure is released, how do we talk to her? We turn to Socrates. Socrates never lectured. He asked. He believed that the truth was already inside the student. He just had to help them give birth to it. He was a midwife of the soul. Most parents lecture. You need to have a plan. You need to wake up early. Your daughter already knows this. She has heard it 1,000 times. It is noise. Switch to the Socratic method. Switch from statements to questions. But not interrogation questions like, "Why haven't you started?" Ask curiosity questions. "I noticed you seem really heavy lately. What does it feel like?" If you could do anything right now without fear, what would it be? What do you think is stopping you? And how can I help remove that obstacle? When you ask with genuine curiosity, you treat her like an adult. You give her agency. The cure for lethargy is agency. The feeling that I am in control. When she answers the questions, she begins to formulate her own solutions. You are not the commander, you are the consultant. Step 4. The grace of Jesus. The safety net of love. Finally, the most crucial element, the foundation. We look to Jesus and the parable of the prodigal son. The son fails. He wastes everything. He returns home in shame. The father does not lecture him. The father does not say, "I told you so." The father runs to him and embraces him. This is unconditional grace. Your daughter is likely paralyzed by a deep fear of rejection. She thinks, if I fail this exam, I am unworthy. My parents will be disappointed. This fear drains her energy. You must become the safety net. You must communicate verbally and non-verbally, "You are my daughter. I love you because you exist, not because you perform. Whether you go to Harvard or you take a gap year, my love for you does not change by 1%. This sounds soft, but it is the most powerful motivator in the world. It is psychological safety. When she knows that home is a place where she is safe, even if she fails, she gains the courage to try. A soldier fights best when he knows he has a fortress to return to. Be her fortress. The synthesis, the long game. So, to the worried parent standing outside that door, take a deep breath. Step back. Use Confucius to calm your own anxiety and create a peaceful home. Use Buddha to stop projecting your fears onto her. Use Socrates to ask questions that give her back her power. Use Jesus to ensure she knows she is loved no matter what. You cannot force a flower to bloom by pulling on its petals. You can only provide the sun, the soil, and the water. The blooming is up to her. Trust her. She is not broken, she is just resting before her season. Your patience is her fuel.